doing yoga. He's doing crab's pose. Oh, Arnold, as you can see, is an ant. Let's try an ant pose. Coming onto your knees, everybody. Put your elbows down in front of you and cup your chin in your hands in your ant pose. Now Arnold lives in a tree. Coming up to stand in tree pose. Bring one foot on top of the other, your hands together, and grow your tree up nice and tall. Now Arnold's tree is a special tree. It's an apple tree. Try the other foot now, swapping the other side, bringing your heel on top, your hands together, growing up tall. And can you open your branches and wiggle your fingers like you've got lots of apples dangling? Well done! Now Arnold lives in one of the apples on this apple tree. Now Arnold has a dream, a big dream. He wishes to be an astronaut. He wants to fly in space, to zoom around the moon, joining your feet together, hands above your head, and lean over to one way, making a moon shape, and over to the other way, making a moon shape. He wishes to fly in a rocket. Point your hands up high and jump your feet wide. Oh, to fly in space around the planets would be an amazing, awesome adventure. But how will Arnold ever make it into space? Back in his ant pose, down on his knees, elbows in front, cupping his chin, Arnold sighs a big sigh. It's autumn and the wind blows the leaves from the trees. Coming up to sit with your knees, hands down in the middle, lifting up as you breathe in and breathing out as you lower down.
Breathing in.
All of the little animals start to hibernate, tucking yourself all the way down, preparing themselves for the winter. And coming up to sit, because all of the ripe, juicy apples start falling to the ground. Arnold's apple comes tumbling down and rolls along the ground. Sitting on your bottoms, hug your knees, and squash your chin down like you're squashing a tomato. Now rock all the way back and all the way up. Yes, and he rolls. So much so that he gets very dizzy. It feels like a washing machine inside that apple. Crisscross your fingers, put them behind your head, and let's go a spinning. Wishy, washy, wishy, washy, wishy, washy, woo. Wishy, washy, wishy, washy, wishy, washy, woo. Oh, poor Arnold. But his apple lands at the feet of a little girl called Angela. Coming up to stand, Angela folds all the way forwards, and she picks up the beautiful, juicy, ripe apple that Arnold is inside. I'm going to give this to my daddy. And she runs, run, 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 all the way back to her house. Jump your feet wide, hands above your head. Now, Angela's daddy is inside, packing a suitcase for a work trip. Coming down to sit, legs out long, bend your knees and touch your toes. He opens the lid of the suitcase. Arms wide, he twists one way to get his anorak. Here it is. Wraps it up. And pops it in. He takes his arms wide and he twists the other way to get some ankle socks. Here's one and here's the other. Then he lifts his arms and he closes his suitcase. Angela gives her daddy a great big hug. Oh, Daddy, I'm going to miss you. And she gives her daddy the apple, which has Arnold inside, as a present to take with him. Oh, honey, thank you so much. But you don't need to miss me. I'll be calling you on the telephone. He picks up his telephone and he shows her. You see? And putting the telephone down, I'll be watching down on you. Bring your thumbs and fingers together. Have a look through. I'll be watching down on you, my darling, from the space station, where I'll be up in space doing all of my space duties, being an astronaut. Arnold, who is still inside the apple, rubs his ears. Did he hear that right? Did Angela's daddy just say that he was an astronaut and he was going up into space, and that he was going to take Arnold the ant with him in the apple? Yes! Arnold's dream is coming true.
You going?
He pushes his hands together in his heart.
You're not listening.
And he says,
Little Ron.
Namaste.
Get that down, we ain't finished.
Namaste. Arnold settles down in his apple, lying himself down. He can barely contain his excitement, but he closes his eyes and he prepares himself for the ride of his life. Now Arnold is a little ant with a big dream. And dreaming is so important. Without a dream, nothing will ever happen. You can dream to be or to do whatever you wish to do or be. If you can dream it, you can be it. So dream big, like Arnold, and your dreams may come true.
This is supposed to be relaxing.
It's not supposed to be.
We lie still,
My abs are hurting.
She had
imagining
enough.
what our dream is,
She had enough of the yoga.
enjoying making it happen in our mind. We see Arnold up in space, in the rocket, flying around the moon as he always wished. And now it's time to wake up.
MMA.
We wiggle our fingers and our toes. We bring our knees to our chest. We give them a hug. We roll onto our side and we come up to sit with our legs crossed, our eyes open, and our hands together at our hearts. And we finish just the way we started, with our secret yoga code word, which is Namaste. Ready? After 3. 1, 2, 3. Namaste.
Namaste.
Well done, everyone. Thanks for coming on the Arnold the Ant adventure. You were great. I hope you come back soon for another Cosmic Kids adventure. Bye-bye.